closed. And we also found out her birth mother has been hacking into her account, so also not good. Oh, cool. Yes, vacation is good. Unfortunately, I haven't had much in the way of vacation. I've had a lot of unpaid leave because of Mrs. Osa's surgery recovery, but that is going on quite nicely. And I actually cut that leave short, which is a good thing because we were kind of incredibly short of money for the new year. Like, oh, can we go and eat at McDonald's? No, we don't have enough money. Levels of cash. I mean, we do have enough money in the bank accounts, but that money is for house insurance, car maintenance, all the things. So, or buying normal food as opposed to takeout. So, yeah. But started getting paid again. First paycheck was a little shy, but I think that was because there was also 3 weeks of health insurance not that we hadn't paid for yet. What happens when you take unpaid leave, you're still accruing an O on the health insurance. It's just that well, you're not earning any money, so they can't take it from you. So they accumulate it for the weeks you are not working, and then when you go back to work, they take a portion of your income for a few weeks to cover what you missed. So we had a very short paycheck just before the end of the year, and I think we had a full one this week. Obviously, health insurance went up because it's a new year, so I get paid less. I get paid the same amount. I take home less. But that's what happens in the new year for everybody mostly. What else are we doing? So yeah, as I said, the kids are coming over this afternoon and staying overnight. So we're back into the swing of that. But I think the last visit was the weekend before Mrs. Osa's surgery, which happened on a Monday. So we haven't seen them for the entirety of Christmas, but that's generally a challenge anyway because they go and stay with Grandma and Grandpa up at the Upper Peninsula, so, or northern Michigan area. So, yeah, we don't get to see them for Christmas, so we get to leave our Christmas decorations up until the middle of January so that they get to do Christmas all over again with us. I don't know which kids are coming. We actually have Christmas presents for all of the kids that we have cared for, which means their elder sister we never had in our house because her dad was still alive when Mum was misbehaving, so she lived with him when the kids were taken from Mum. We had the other 3, so they still come visit. Except the boy, I think he's about 13 now, and he's not so much into spending any time with us because we make him have a bath and go outside to play when it's not bad weather. And all he wants to do is sit on his cell phone all day and play games. And we make him go to church, and he doesn't like that either. So sadly he doesn't come visit, which means he might not get his Christmas presents this weekend. Or we might have to drop them round when we take the kids back. It is what it is. I think the only reason I liked spending time with my grandmother was because grandfather had a train set. I was the only grandkid that was allowed to play with it. Or, correction, I was the only grandkid who wanted to play with the train set who was allowed to play with it. I was the oldest grandkid, so that also coloured things a bit. I'm wondering if we're going to make it to the end. Whether we're going to fill before the turn. Yeah, we're gonna put the pipe out now. And we'll bring the tractor over and empty into it. So that's not a full trailer. I think we've got more than will fit though, so. Okay, that tractor's good. Back up, tip into the back. What I might do here, stick this off on a worker and just do consecutive from here on up. No, not that. Let's turn off the GPS entirely because workers don't like GPS. We'll travel over to there. We're 86% full. See, the thing is here is this is going to take approximately three rows. So I could set this up on a worker. It means that the field is being cut as we go. And we'll take these down to the grain mill and get it delivered. Reason it wants to follow the Land Rover. Okay, engine on, let's move this convoy. I think we're going to be exiting through the BGA again, which I only just discovered was an option last week. Reshade or NVIDIA filters. I do not. I must admit, I'm not as technically knowledgeable as I maybe was when I was a lot younger. And assembling my own PC sort of every other year. Or upgrading my PC every other year. So, and when it comes to software, yeah, I was at school. I was open to learning everything. When I got a job, I became a mainframe programmer, and really my programming skills in other areas are very weak, and I'm highly disinclined to bother because I spend all day programming, business software, and the last thing I want to do is come home and program for fun, because it's my job. Frankly, my coming, my end of work day is not going to be spent doing what I do for payment. I know some people, real life pilots or train drivers or whatever will play flight sims or train sims and as their leisure activity, but programming, I probably have the wherewithal to do it. I could probably create reasonable mods, although that said, I'm not an artist. I'm the sort of person who will look at something and say, that doesn't look quite right, but don't ask me to fix it, because my artistic talent is just crap. Okay, I'm gonna stop here, and we will do a quick check that we are delivering barley to the grain mill, which is right here, and I want to turn off that worker. Not that one, that one. We do need another small lifter for the dairy. Oh, the tractor's gone invisible. I guess we now get to see how this thing tips. Oh, okay. Oh, did I not get the double door one? I wasn't sure whether I did or not. It was an option. But then I put a ladder on it, so... Unless double door means double grain doors. Alright, so I have failed to notice how much we shipped there. Yes, I'll need to pay attention this time. Also, can't remember if the barley production is still on here. Nice thing about this is everything is processed individually. So by providing it with oats, sorghum and wheat, you can seriously churn out flour. Anyway, tip that. So that only has one grain door. I wonder if 2 grain doors makes it tip faster. And the harvester's full. Well, how sad. 87% full. That's a good thing. Pull that round to there, and hopefully it will line up on the right thing. Okay, I am going to back up, send that worker home. Try not to hit the lamppost, which is fake. Thing is, I mean, it was quite a feat for me the other week, and oh, it is fine. Seriously, I thought that was still stuck in the. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I wasn't noticing that the vehicle in that yard was actually a telly truck, not a tractor. Anyway, I will. Gonna have to watch the roadways. It might be that the entrance to the field that we want to cut the canola in is actually accessed from the farm a little bit further along this road and not from the BGA, but there should be a cut through somewhere. But yeah, it was a couple of weeks ago I actually figured out how to change the what is it that I use, the OBS system that I use to put out videos and streams in high def, which is a good thing, although it does take longer to render the videos on YouTube. But at least the video quality is significantly better than it was before I figured out that. And I think that the problem was I'd figured it out once, and then I had to reinstall, or there was an OBS update which messed things up, and then I had to figure it all out again. There is a track here. I think this track is the one I want. So I'm going to turn there, turn that off, and we'll turn the worker off. We'll get this one to go up to the harvester and get it unloaded. I think I might put the harvester back on a worker while we take the big tipper over to the canola field. To go over there. Though that said, I'm not sure it's a big problem. We'll do it anyway. Right. Okay, turn the engine off on that. I think what I need to do we'll drive this while we wait. Okay, no farm track there. I think there should be a farm track at the end here which will take us right up to the field that we want. If there isn't, then we'd have a problem because that field is isolated. There we go. Okay. Now, of course, the issue is this is going to be a horrible field to line up on for the header. Just saying. Park this well back. No, I think just go to the harvester. That in, and roll. Yeah, getting that Land Rover lined up on the entrance to that field so we can pick the header up and then cut. It's going to be a little bit of a problem. The field is rotated north-south, so we'll just cut straight in and then figure it all out after that. Right now, just going to get that little bit at the end. So even now, we're not getting a significant amount of excess grains from these fields, and that might be a function of precision farming, is obviously reducing the yield. Yeah, base game, you know, if the field's ploughed, fertilised twice, not sure we can tell that anymore on this field. We're up here. So, ready to harvest next. Covered in rocks. Oh, yeah, because we are now in precision farming. It doesn't tell me whether the things are fertilised. But if it's fertilised twice, you get 66% more yield, plus ploughing, plus weeded. You can get double the yield, whereas with precision farming, the best you can get, dependent on the soil, is 25%. So there's just not the yields that you get, the potential that you can get with the normal game settings. Okay, going to turn this about. We'll unload on the truck in the field. Go and drop the header off, and then we'll manoeuvre the header down to the next field and see if we can actually get that lined up so that it's not too bad. But a lot of the fields on this map have very, very small entrances, which makes, especially with something like 82, you kind of want a harvester that's bigger than this one. Although bigger it's got a bigger grain tank, which doesn't necessarily make it the equipment bigger, but the header's like 40 foot instead of 25, and getting a 40-foot header into that field is gonna be tough, especially with my driving skills. So fortunately I haven't seen long hauler yet, so we're not going to get any bad comments on that front. Drop that, back up, fold the thing in, stop. Okay, Land Rover. And of course canola is quite a low density valuable crop, so it'll take longer to fill up the harvester, which is a good thing. I believe the cut through is here. And then you get fields like this where there's acres of space to manoeuvre a header so that you can attach it to a harvester without driving in the crop. Field on our left might have been one we already did as a contract again. There's another canola field here. Okay, let's see how this works out, because I'm not sure. Should be able to get into the field. Try and get the tow bar straight. And then we try, no, we'll stick it in reverse, not in off. That would be a plan. Now, I want the tow bar to go that way. Then I want to straighten it all up again. Okay. Other way. A little bit overcompensating there on the turns, but I think that might be pretty much as good as it gets. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's go get the Deutz and follow the harvester at least down to the cutter through. So different crop. Ideally, usually what I try to do when I'm doing a lot of harvesting contracts is do the same crop, because that way we could just transfer over to the new field and just keep filling this until it's full. But new person in there. Okay, back to the harvester. Let's relocate. So 5:15. This is probably going to take us till sunset. How's the sun doing? Oh, there's the sun. And then I will do at least one milk truck down to the dairy. Not that the dairy needs the supply, but well, we'll have to do 2 tomorrow. We can do 2 tomorrow. It's no big deal. That's the thing, because we're doing contracts now. I've got August 2 and August 3, in which to do things that I don't need to, aren't going to be, there it is, aren't going to be contract days. So, I guess we figure out things. We'll wait August 3 for delivering our perishables, so tomatoes, bread, butter. We'll deliver all those on August 3. And probably skip quite quickly through August 2. We'll check store sales, see if there's any decent equipment that I might want to buy and maybe borrow money for, which not particularly ideal, but hey, you pick up what you can when it's available, like the big cart. Okay, that's all done and in the right place. Pull this forward. Gonna pull it up to probably close to the corner. That'll do. Back to the harvester. Harvester we can now set off on a worker. And then I'm gonna go get the Deutz and take it down to the grain mill. Because I don't have I've got the time to do it. And that'll complete this contract, which is good, and leave us probably about 2,000 litres of extra barley to process. Don't know, I think we might have completed the barley. I can't remember. We got a ton of wheat, although that might be the one that's low right now. Because we cut our barley this morning, we did 2 truckloads, so, or two truckloads. No, we didn't do 2 truckloads. We did 2 headlands on our barley field. And I think for the immediate future going forwards, I'm probably going to concentrate on planting barley to make whole crop silage.